Today we shall discuss the other characters in the novel The Guide, as we have already discussed the characteristics, the peculiar features and important aspects of Raju. Let us begin with the characterization of Rosie. Rosie is a very charming and attractive lady who belongs to the family of Devdasis. She is a postgraduate in economics and marries Marco and considers herself to be very lucky, very fortunate, as her husband belongs to the upper strata of society. As Marco's wife, she is very devoted, warm, and caring. But very soon she discovers that their interests are poles apart. Both of them have different views, perspectives of life. She chooses a different kind of life for herself, but remains emotionally attached to her husband even after he deserts her. Later on, she feels guilty that she has betrayed her husband's trust. Even while staying with Raju, she constantly thinks of Marco, cuts his picture from a weekly magazine, and pastes it on her mirror. When she leaves Malgudi, she sells all her possessions except the most precious thing, that is Marco's book, which she carries with her. Rosie's passion for dance is so strong that she drifts towards Raju and is indifferent to the fact that Raju is exploiting her. Her own perseverance and Raju's motivation makes her a very successful dancer. And for this, she is grateful to Raju. Although she hates Raju for his act of forgery, yet she is determined to spend her entire fortune for his legal battle. She has given up dancing, but just to raise funds for Raju, she takes up dancing again. She breaks down when she goes to meet Raju in the prison. This shows that she is a good human being. Despite the fact that Rosie has committed adultery, the reader seems to like her for her strong determination to achieve her goal, for her indifference to the materialistic values of life, and for her vitality, warmth, passionate, compassionate, and cooperative nature. Now let us look at the character of Marco. Marco is Rosie's wealthy husband, who is an academician and researcher, totally dedicated to the study of culture and art. He is so much engrossed with the dead and decaying things that he has no time to spare for his living wife, who is a true embodiment of art. He seems to be a typical man of a patriarchal society who wants Rosie only to be a very caring housewife, catering to the needs of the family and living like his shadow with no identity of her own. He has a very traditional mindset. He does not consider dancing as a great art, but demeans it by equating it with street acrobatics. He thinks that a woman belonging to a good family should not become a dancer. Warmth, understanding, and compromising nature. Qualities. These are the qualities which are prerequisite for a successful marital, conjugal life. And these qualities are lacking in him. At the same time, he feels that the most important thing in a good relationship is trust. When Rosie accepts the fact that she has adulterous relations with Raju and sincerely begs for his forgiveness, he abandons her as she has betrayed his trust. He is very honest and sincere too. He acknowledges his gratitude to Raju in his newly published book. Despite the fact that Raju has cheated him, he even returns Rosie's jewelry. However, he informs the police about Raju's act of forgery because he wants to teach him a lesson for seducing his wife. One can say that Marco is an introvert, self-centered, slightly conservative, eccentric, harsh, but a righteous man. Then comes another character, Velen. Velen is a naive, innocent, simple, honest, clear-hearted and illiterate villager. He is the first person whom Raju encounters sitting beside an ancient shrine. Raju's wicked and style of speech makes Velen feel that he is above ordinary, a godly man, so he confides in him. On getting logical and philosophical answers to his problem, he becomes Raju's sincere disciple and makes the credible villagers also do the same. Velen's blind faith in Raju does not shake even when he tells him the truth about his past life. He has a grave expression on his face, but he continues to respect him as a saint. He, along with other villagers, is superstitious enough to believe that the fast of the pure-hearted saint can bring rain. He observes a symbolic fast along with him. As Swamiji's health deteriorates, he gets extremely concerned. It is Velen's blind faith which brings about a transformation in Raju, who very sincerely resolves to sacrifice his life for the innocent villagers. As the novel begins with Raju's talks with Velen, it ends also with Swami Raju's last words to him. Velen, it is raining in the hills. The other important character in the novel is Raju's mother, who is a typical mother of the patriarchal Indian society. She is totally devoted towards her family and fulfills her responsibilities with utmost care. She is very affectionate, grooms up her son Raju as a pampered child and narrates tales to him from Indian epics. She cooperates with her husband and at times acts like a nagging wife. She is a very religious lady, reads prayers, sits before God in meditation. When Rosie comes to stay with them, initially she is compassionate and hospitable. However, later on, as she does not approve of Raju-Rosie's relationship, she speaks harshly to her and tries every trick to drive her out of the house. When she decides to leave Raju, she is very sad and there is extraordinary consideration in her voice when she advises him to be very careful about his health. She is distraught when Raju is imprisoned. So she's shown a very kind-hearted, considerate woman who empathizes with the pain of others but who cannot tolerate wrong things. Another character is the maternal uncle of Raju, who drops like a bolt from the blue in the novel. He is physically strong, a big landowner and a kind of general advisor and director of Raju's important family matters. He is very strict, disciplinarian. Raju used to be scared of him even in his childhood. He is called by Raju's mother to admonish Raju and help her help him to get rid of Rosie. So he helped his sister in many ways. He too is contemptuous of Raju-Rosie relationship. He warns Raju to drive away Rosie from their house and threatens him with dire consequences using very harsh and abusive language. When he does not succeed in his attempt, he asks his sister to accompany him to his village. He says that as long as he is alive, he will never let his sister down. So he proves himself to be a very responsible, caring, and affectionate brother.